Good evening, Mamas. I'm Mama John Knowles with your Sunday Sports. In one of the most entertaining night league games in recent memory, last night at the AF Adley Gymnasium, the perennial D2 Powerhouse Breezers High Flyers took on the upstart Sports Center Elite, who, despite only having 6 players, would certainly bring the fight to the High Flyers. It's important to make note of the Elite only having 6 players dressed, as that would be pivotal later in the game. But despite having the tighter rotation, the Elite would show their resolve, being the quicker team to the ball and to the bucket, pushing the tempo for most of the game, led by 24 points apiece from forward Samar Roll and guard Tario McKenzie. The Elite would control most of the game and head into the fourth with a double-digit lead, but this is where things would fall apart, as one by one Elite players would begin to foul out of the game, leaving them midway through the fourth with only 3 players in the game. Despite being depleted, they would show their heart and hold a sizable lead with just over 3 minutes to go, but forward Samaro would subsequently foul out of the game, leaving the Elite with only 2 players on the floor. This is where the numbers game would catch up to them. The High Flyers would pounce on the visibly exhausted Elite players, trapping them on every possession. With no players available for the outlet, the High Flyers cut a once double-digit lead into 4 in a matter of seconds before ultimately taking the lead with just under a minute to go and walking away with the 97-93 win.
We just stuck with it. We stuck with the game plan. Coach just keep repeating defense, and defense win games. Offensive win games, but defense win championship. And that's where we're trying to get to the championship right now. We're taking it one game at a time. So this game is a big game for us. It's a stepping stone, and we're just looking to build off this one game play.
Really, the numbers game was, we was trying to manage the timeouts. And then a stinking foul, one of the little shimmy fouls, a shouting foul at a shot, take my big man out the game. That put us down to 2 players. So if we had the 3 players at the end of the game, pretty sure we would have held on.
In soccer news, the BFA season picking up yesterday over at the Roscoe Davies Soccer Field. Under 18 girls action with the Renegades Football Club taking on the Cavalier Football Club in a defensive struggle, as neither team would be able to find the back of the net, resulting in a 0-0 draw.
A lot of my girls are actually under 15, so they're playing up. They really worked well as a team. They really fought hard. That's it. I mean, they just did really well. I'm proud of them. They came out and fought hard. So what the BFA is doing, as well as all of the clubs, we're really working at the grassroots level. So starting with U5s, I coached U7s last year. So working with them, with the girls, working all the way up to U18, really working on touches, passing ability, different things like that. Just getting them to know getting them to know a little bit more about the game. So that way, by the time they get to U18, we're preparing them to go off to college, hopefully get some scholarships, stuff like that.
With the Junior Baseball League of Nassau regular season officially opening up yesterday over at the St. Andrews Field of Dreams, we spoke to the league's president on his expectations for 2020.
With 35 teams, close to 500 kids. There's seven divisions from T-ball all the way up to 18U. Also included in that is girls softball. So the numbers have been steady from year to year. The excitement is always there. The competition is always keen. This year, we started the season five weeks ahead of time. Normally, we would have started in January. We started our preseason in November. So we gave teams 5 more weeks to play baseball and softball. And so the atmosphere has been very, very competitive. People are happy about the extra games. And so as a board, we're very happy.
As for the positive impact the league has had on its players over the years,
a lot of the social issues we're having today, leagues and especially junior leagues like JBLN, they play a significant role, right, in helping alleviate some of the problems we have. No, we're not trying to parent any kid or any player, but what we're trying to do is trying to support and enforce some of the things that they would have learned at home. And JBLN has been doing that for many years, and we're very proud of that. And so for us and the board, we're very happy to contribute and to make sure that what we do here at JBLN is for the overall country good, not for ourselves, but for the country, and that's important for us.
In that same vein of using baseball as a positive influence on the youth of our country, Freedom Farm is doing the same. We recently popped in over at a practice for the Dolphins in the mini division as their coach was trying to instill some much-needed fundamentals.
Out here trying to practice, trying to get them the good concept of baseball, you know, and trying our best to keep some of the youth off the street. That's the #1 concern, you know, and make good citizens in the bombs. That's how in these days now we see plenty of young men are traveling with guns and knife and doing some really bad things. But if all us as big grown gentlemen could just step aside violence and stuff and try to go up some of the youth, we have a better country. Teaching them the game, you know, the game of baseball is a very technical game. It's great for kids to learn something like that. That's why you give them a good opportunity to know that where they is and where they could go. You know, like I tell them, the sky is the limit. The only way you know you can catch a ball, if you open the glove and see the ball come in the glove. The only way you can hit the ball, if you swing the bat, they hit the ball. Right? Like I tell them, you cannot do nothing without your eyes. Wherever your eyes go, your hands go.
That's been a look at sports on this Sunday. A quick check on weather is up next.